Imagine this for a moment. You're past 60, maybe closer to 70. You've lived a life of responsibility, raising a family, building a career, showing up for others every single day. Yet somewhere along the way, in the quiet hours of night, you begin to notice that something inside you feels different. That easy spark of intimacy, that effortless rise of confidence, no longer appears as naturally as it once did. You scroll through remedies online, feeling a quiet ache of desperation, half believing the bold promises, half ready to give up. But what if the answer wasn't some expensive pill or dangerous injection? What if it was something simple, natural, and so ancient you might laugh it off before realizing how powerful it really is? I'm talking about castor oil. Yes, that thick, pale golden oil you've probably seen sitting on a shelf for years. And before you dismiss it, hear me out. You may have already come across a claim online: apply castor oil here at night to get instant erections. Now, instant might be a stretch, but as a urologist, I can tell you that the truth behind this idea is much more profound than any quick promise. Castor oil, when used correctly and consistently, has surprising benefits for men's intimate health. It can improve circulation, ease tissue stiffness, reduce inflammation, support nerve sensitivity, and even nourish delicate skin. These aren't flashy miracles. They are small, steady changes that build into something deeply meaningful. To understand why this matters, we have to talk about what's really happening to men's bodies after 60. First, circulation slows down. The blood vessels that once carried oxygen-rich blood easily begin to stiffen. That means the very areas that rely most on circulation, your penis, your pelvic floor, your lower body, get less nourishment, less strength. Then tissue changes begin. Microscopic scarring, stiffness, even fibrosis can creep in. That creates discomfort, sometimes even changes in shape, and it robs you of flexibility. Add to that the low-grade inflammation so many older men carry silently, burning in the background without obvious symptoms, and you have the perfect storm for fading sensation, lower confidence, and weaker function. On top of that, the nerves responsible for arousal lose some of their sharpness. They don't fire as quickly, don't send signals as clearly, and finally, the skin itself becomes thinner, drier, more fragile, leaving you less comfortable than before. These aren't just numbers on a chart. These are real changes that lead to frustration, distance, and the quiet fear of disconnection from your partner. I've heard it in countless voices: David, who whispered that he felt like less of a man; George, who admitted that he stopped reaching for his wife's hand because he felt ashamed; Harold, who carried his loneliness in silence. And yet, here's the good news. These changes don't mean the end. They simply mean your body needs support in a new way. That's where castor oil steps in. This ancient oil has been used for thousands of years, from Egypt to India, not just as a laxative or a skin balm, but as a healing agent for circulation and inflammation. The secret lies in its main component, ricinoleic acid, a fatty acid with powerful anti-inflammatory and circulatory benefits. When applied gently to the pelvic and perineal region, it penetrates deeply, softening stiff tissues, calming inflammation, hydrating delicate skin, and most importantly, encouraging blood to flow again. Think of your circulation as a river that's slowed by debris and hardened banks. Castor oil helps clear that river, soften the banks, and let the water flow freely again. This isn't about chasing a miracle. It's about a simple nightly ritual that reminds your body it still matters. And over weeks and months, that small act can bring back confidence, sensation, and a deeper sense of connection, not only with your partner, but with yourself. So how exactly does castor oil help? Let me break it down in simple human terms. First, it boosts circulation, inviting oxygen-rich blood to reach the tissues that have been neglected. Second, it gently breaks down stiffness, like softening hardened clay, so your tissues can move and stretch more freely. Third, it calms the silent fire of inflammation, reducing that hidden irritation which so often robs men of comfort and strength. Fourth, it supports your nerves, creating the right environment for them to regenerate and fire more clearly. And fifth, it nourishes the skin itself, hydrating it deeply so that fragile areas feel supple and comfortable again. None of this happens in a flash, but with consistency, the shift is undeniable. And perhaps more important than the science is the feeling that comes with it, the feeling of regaining control, of doing something simple yet powerful for yourself every single night. I've watched men who once carried despair begin to walk taller, speak with warmth again, and look at their partners with eyes full of life. But before I share exactly how to use castor oil in your own nightly routine, let me say this: you are not broken. You are not finished. What you've lost is not your manhood. It's simply the natural signal that once came effortlessly, and with the right care, with gentle consistency, you can remind your body how to respond, how to flow, how to feel. And it begins with something as humble as this golden oil. Now let's talk about the practical side, how you actually use castor oil to unlock its benefits. The beauty of this ritual is its simplicity. You don't need fancy tools, expensive creams, or complicated routines. Just a small bottle of pure, cold-pressed, hexane-free castor oil. That detail matters because you want the cleanest, most natural version without unnecessary chemicals. You can find it in most health stores or order it online. The best time to apply it is at night, right after your shower when your skin is warm and clean, and just before bed. You may want to wear older underwear or pajamas because castor oil can stain fabrics. Start with just a few drops, no more than 1/4 of a teaspoon in your palm. Warm it slightly by rubbing your hands together. Then, focus your gentle application on the perineal area, that small but powerful space between the base of your scrotum and your anus. From there, massage the oil upward toward the base of the penis and along the underside of the shaft. If you'd like, you can also apply a thin layer to the scrotal skin, which often benefits from extra hydration as it becomes fragile with age. The massage itself is as important as the oil. Spend 1 to 2 minutes with slow, deliberate movements. Don't rush. This is simply a signal of care your body may have missed for years. This brief massage stimulates circulation, encourages lymphatic drainage, and allows the oil to penetrate deeply into the tissues. Do not apply it directly inside the urethra or onto the glands. That's unnecessary and uncomfortable. And here's the real key: consistency. Like exercise, results come from consistency, not from one night. Night after night, drop by drop, your tissues absorb the nutrients. Your circulation improves, your nerves wake up, and your confidence quietly begins to rise. In 2 weeks, many men notice subtle changes: warmer sensation, less discomfort, a sense of vitality returning. In a month or 2, the results can be profound, but castor oil's power doesn't stop at intimate health. When I recommend it to my patients, I often remind them that this oil is like an all-purpose ally for men in their 60s and beyond. It supports lymphatic circulation, which is essential for detoxification and immune health. It can soothe stiff joints when applied topically, reducing inflammation in the knees, hips, or shoulders. It nourishes dry skin, strengthens brittle nails, and even supports thicker hair growth. Some men gently massage it over their abdomen to reduce bloating or discomfort in digestion. It's a humble oil with a surprisingly wide reach. Let me share the story of a patient named Edward, a 68-year-old retired engineer from Pennsylvania. When he first came to me, he spoke with a quiet sadness. "Doctor," he said, "my energy isn't what it used to be, and intimacy with my wife has become a source of anxiety instead of joy. We've been together for 40 years, and I feel like we're losing that connection." He didn't want pills. He wanted something natural, something that felt safe and respectful of his body. When I introduced him to castor oil and explained the nightly massage routine, he looked skeptical at first. But being an engineer, he treated it like a maintenance routine, a small daily task to keep the system running. Within 2 months, the change was undeniable. He returned to my office taller, brighter, and with eyes that sparkled again. "Doctor," he said with a smile, "it's absolutely incredible. I feel a kind of comfort I haven't felt in years. And with Sarah, that spark, it's back. Not because I'm 20 again, but because I feel alive, present, connected." That's the quiet gift of a simple, natural ritual. It restores not only function, but dignity, intimacy, and hope. Stories like Edward's remind me every day that men are not broken by age. They are simply waiting for the right kind of care. And castor oil, humble as it may seem, has the power to be that care. Of course, no natural remedy replaces the need for medical attention. If you're struggling with persistent erectile dysfunction, pelvic pain, lumps, or blood in your urine, it's essential to see your doctor immediately. Sometimes what feels like a performance issue is actually an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, hormonal imbalance, or prostate problems. Ignoring those signs is like ignoring a flashing check engine light. You risk much bigger trouble down the road. But for men who are simply facing the natural changes of aging, slower blood flow, stiffness, dryness, reduced sensation, this nightly ritual can be the bridge back to vitality. It's not about chasing youth. It's about respecting the body you have now and giving it what it needs to keep thriving. So tonight, before you go to bed, I invite you to try it. Just a few drops of golden oil, a moment of gentle care, a reminder to your body that you are still here, still strong, still worthy of feeling alive. The beauty of castor oil is that while it nourishes the body, it also nourishes something deeper, the sense that you're not done yet, that vitality and intimacy are still within reach. But I want to be very clear. This is not about instant fixes or miracle promises. It's about creating a consistent, gentle ritual that respects the natural rhythm of your body. A ritual that says, "I still value myself, my health, and my connection." Beyond intimacy, think about what this means for your whole life. When circulation improves, energy rises. When inflammation calms, comfort returns. When sensation wakes up again, confidence follows. And when confidence returns, everything changes. You walk taller. You smile more easily. You look at your partner with warmth instead of hesitation. You laugh at small things. You feel lighter, and the simple act of being alive feels richer. That's the ripple effect of self-care. It doesn't just change what happens in the bedroom, it changes how you move through the world. I've seen it countless times. A man begins with skepticism, thinking, "It's just oil, what difference can it make?" But weeks later, he comes back and says, "Doctor, I feel like myself again." And that's when I know the shift is deeper than physical. It's a renewal of spirit, a reminder that life after 60 is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. And if you're listening to this now, I want you to hold on to one truth. Aging does not mean fading. It means adapting. And when you adapt with wisdom, with natural tools like castor oil, with patience and consistency, you don't just survive, you thrive. You rediscover what connection feels like. You reclaim the confidence that age tried to steal. And you remind yourself and your partner that intimacy is not reserved for the young. It is a gift that belongs to every stage of life. But remember, natural strategies are companions, not replacements. If you ever notice persistent or severe issues, chronic erectile dysfunction, significant pelvic pain, unusual lumps, or blood in your urine, please consult your doctor right away. Sometimes the body whispers through small symptoms before it shouts with bigger problems. Paying attention early can save your health and your peace of mind. So here is my invitation to you. Go to your local health store or order a small bottle of pure cold-pressed castor oil tonight. Commit to a 1 to 2 minute nightly massage. No more, no less. Make it a ritual of respect for yourself. Stay consistent for 2 weeks, then 4, then 8. Watch how your body responds. And just as importantly, schedule that overdue checkup with your physician if you've been putting it off. Because your health, your confidence, and your happiness are worth protecting. And now, I want to speak directly to you as if we're sitting together in my office. Don't let silence convince you it's over. You're not done yet. Your body still wants to heal, to feel, to connect. And sometimes it only takes a drop of oil and a moment of care to remind it how. If this message has sparked hope or given you clarity, I'd love for you to take one small step right now. Hit the like button below. It helps us know these conversations matter. Share this video with a friend, a brother, or anyone you know who might be quietly struggling. You never know how much your simple act of sharing could mean to them. And if you want more guidance on how to care for your health with natural, science-backed strategies, please subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss the insights we bring to this community. Most importantly, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, your questions, or even your personal experience. This community is a place of respect, support, and honesty. When you share your journey, you don't just help yourself, you help every man walking this same path. So tonight, when the day grows quiet and you stand before your mirror, remember this: vitality is not behind you, it is within you. And with a little care, a little patience, and something as humble as castor oil, you can unlock it again. This is Dr. Maya Kapoor. Thank you for allowing me to walk beside you on this journey. Take care of yourself, respect your body, and never forget, you still have so much life left to live.